Welcome to TheHerdIsTheWord. I'm Bull.
Oh, I guess I go now. I'm TC.
I'm Ray.
And we have two special guests with us. First,
Santosh
and Francesca.
We'll be talking about a couple topics tonight. One of them being the Neil Breen film, Fateful Findings, and then some other information as well.
We're also going to eat, and one of us will be drinking during this podcast.
Two of us.
Two.
Three of us.
Three.
Oh, okay,
wow.
three.
But I'm more concerned about the eating.
That just went from quirky to alcoholic real quick.
Oh, I'm also putting this out there. There is an Easter egg in the artwork for episode 3. The first person who finds it gets $1 million!
In Monopoly money.
In Monopoly money.
Yeah, this wall is painted green.
Oh, they're giving me our no bull bucks? Are you going to get $1 million bull bucks?
$1 million for Monopoly money based on how many board games you buy.
It really is. Inflation has destroyed Monopoly money.
It really depends on you. Work hard.
Yeah.
Make America great again by buying more Monopoly.
I actually don't know the Easter egg, so I'm going to go search for it.
You'll be the only one.
Oh, here's the thing. I'm actually not joking about there being an Easter egg in the artwork for episode 3.
I know you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't.
Yeah, you created it. Of course you
If
would.
you're bullshitting us, you would have told me before this started.
I would have, yeah.
So if you've been following us on the Neil Breen watching movies,
Which
Good
is
God.
impossible to have done because we didn't publish that episode yet.
But they'll listen to this one after they listen to
this is
episode 1.
after that
Alright.
episode, so this is not
We're
like
just going to
real life.
publish this one and hide the fourth one.
You guys don't know about the missing 4th episode?
The adventure game Leisure Suit Larry did that.
It'll be-
Went from the 3rd game to the 5th game.
It'll be an
nice.
asterisk in the history of this podcast, just like the Illinois state budget.
Oh!
Oh, suck it, Ronner.
Take that, Bruce Ruiner.
Oh!
Let's
you.
go.
Oh, guys, if you need your Daily Show fix, we've got it here.
Yeah.
It's-
Local Illinois politics.
I didn't realize we
We
were working
drink
with
just
Trevor
as much
Noah.
as they do.
Yeah.
Well, some of
What
us.
are you drinking? Aren't you drinking too?
I'm drinking Arizona brand Grapeade.
Delicious, man. It's my favorite drink.
Oh, it's good.
The more you learn.
Oh, you mean Arizona Brand Teas, a sponsor of the show right now?
No. They're sponsoring episode 6. The sponsor for this episode is Fuck You, You Fucked Up. You know who you are, you know what you did, you fucked up.
That got real dark.
Yeah. Now, those that didn't know, he pointed at the microphone and talked directly to it.
Because
Like
here's the thing, you know who you are,
Stop
you
doing it.
fucked up.
Stop pointing.
That's the sponsor of the episode.
Stop pointing. Why are you pointing? We have no visual element in this podcast.
Why are you gesturing to him to stop pointing? Like, you're
Alright.
part of the
God,
problem.
that was
Yeah.
wild. Brought to you by Wheat Thins.
Okay, so
So you watched Double Down. You watched I Am Here ... now. And
you for the right
we
dots.
just watched. I had to make sure to put it in there.
Yeah.
Faithful Findings, which I have to say has really good movie qualities in comparison
I need to
the old movies.
relative to Neil Breen.
Yes,
Bring
I
up
should,
Neil Breen.
I should stress that both Francesca and Santosh have seen their first Neil Breen film today with us, which was Future Findings. And
Fateful
Faithful.
Findings.
Fateful Findings.
No, not you're saying
That's about how memorable this
faithful,
film
not
was.
faithful.
It's Fateful.
Faithful.
Faithful.
My bad. Fateful Findings.
Okay.
So they are new to the Neil Breen
Filmography.
eclectic works.
Oh yeah.
It's so from somebody who has seen the other Neil Breen films, his cinematography greatly improved. His ability to tell a story somehow degraded.
It
which
did.
I
It
didn't
went
think was
downhill.
possible.
I mean,
Maybe it got sunk in the cost of like better filming.
the
it
picture
could be.
quality. The picture quality is better. Which
Phenomenal, actually.
it's actually like 720 or something like that
Yeah,
instead of standard
And
definition.
the special effects, he wanted to continue to use something he found.
I
Well,
could
I
actually
don't-
make out the nipples in this one.
I
Which
was
impressive.
I was specifically just talking about the image resolution, which in my opinion is actually a step down because I want to feel like I'm watching something off an old VHS tape.
I
was-
like them better.
There was something about Double Down that was special in that it felt like it was filmed. It felt like a found footage film that someone edited still.
Yes.
There was something more genuine and more personable about Double Down for me.
I do feel that way. Like, it was a script that he was passionate about. This one he kind of like pushed through it.
This was 2 movies that he accidentally made into one toward the end.
One was a porno,
No, well, first off,
and the other one.
I don't think there was a movie in this fucking thing. I think there was just vaguely connected ideas that got together only because he like had to. Like I don't.
He had to fill space.
He had to fill space / like he just there's a sense of
He
completion.
completed a lot of plot lines. Like he completed them, put them to a point.
What was the point of any of them? What was the point of the alcoholic friend in the overarching story? Which the overarching story, I guess, is the research that he did and the
it's so
hacking.
That he never mentioned until about 45
It's so the
minutes in.
characters
Yeah.
have a more
Exactly.
dynamic background, is what I think he was trying to give them. Because before they were pretty flat. Now there's a friendship involved, and there's more of a relationship. That's what I think he was bringing those into.
But what-
And he was sidetracking the story too much, I think. Like he could have just done like a background.
What
kind of-
is the story? What
The
was
story was that him and his love of his life, Dylan
Yeah.
and Leah,
Yeah.
that were children, found this magical stone in the forest.
He got powers.
no.
And this is. Please note that this is the second of 3 Neil Breen films to involve magical rocks.
That's a good point. But that's the plot is you go
Oh
double
yeah!
down.
Oh yeah!
That, yeah, this from double down.
Jesus!
They find
It's the same story.
this magical rock in a treasure box, and then they separate because of circumstances in life, and then they find themselves together again because of an accident, which was the car accident.
Right.
But
And then
that's the whole story is that they
They found
separated,
each other.
and they found each other.
Faithfully found each
They
other.
they found each other by fate.
What were you going
That's
to say,
what the
Frankie?
story.
That was so much not the main point of the film, just in how it was, how the story
All that is
progressed.
lost. All that is
All
lost.
of that.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
by the time it finally
Like
came around, you
Jason
just don't even
literally
care
saved
anymore.
you an hour and 40 minutes.
He
In fact,
did.
No, it's
Do me a
it's an
favor.
experience.
No, it's
It
not.
is an
It's-
experience.
I
It's
think
an
so.
awful, soul-crushing experience.
He has a
And-
lot more to this story than what I just said.
Too much.
No,
Yeah.
okay.
He went-
Let's talk about the neighbors and their whole fucking deal. Okay, so it comes down to. By the way, almost every woman in the film wants to have sex with him somehow.
I want. Well,
Well, no,
who doesn't?
the husband's wife did not want.
I said
to.
almost.
That's the
But
thing.
but
The
daughter did.
The ladies wanted
That sweet Neil Breen.
the
date.
mean Breen peen.
Right.
And
right.
and to be honest, he looks like a watered down ferret. Like I don't know.
Ow! Stab him in the heart.
He looks like a ferret.
He looks like a watered down ferret. He has no jaw. I mean, like that's just those are horrible
that's
genes.
just skin flap. You
No,
know,
in the
that's what-
movie he says he has fantastic genes.
Fantastic
Like
genes.
He wrote the fucking
Right.
script.
That help him survive car crashes. It was
Because he's too ugly and ferret-like to
Oh.
die.
No. Neil Breen is.
He's a weasel.
He's not a weasel. He's a beautiful man.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
I can never fuck him with the lights on. That's not even like demanding much.
Well, maybe he's no. Look at him.
Don't laugh. I have
This man?
That's
Alright,
a chi-
This
that's
man?
that's a
You
chiseled
can't handle
jaw.
this man?
I'm gonna replace my OkCupid profile picture with that picture.
Come on, it's Mr. Breen.
There
That's
you go,
it. That's the one.
well, just because again this is
That's-
audio, not visual.
that's-
We're
So his
looking
money.
Because it's
we're
the-
looking at pictures of Neil Breen
Alright,
and
alright,
admiring
because-
his beauty.
Because this is the anonymous internet and doesn't matter anyway. I would turn the
You
lights
ain't
off.
oh, I want this gift now. Hold on.
I would turn the lights off and just sit on his face so I didn't have to deal with him.
I would too.
I know, right? I had more fun staring at the tits he bought his wife than I did watching him pretend to act.
Well, we figured out that isn't his wife, and that's what's incredible to me
Yeah.
is he went and found her to put her in that movie. At
That's
least
true.
I don't think.
Mhm.
That was-
And then we watched your acting reel, and that was phenomenal
Yes.
work on her end.
That you know what? I'm glad we brought this up because
You can look it up on
this Fateful Findings I would argue has the most competent cast he's ever had. in
Yes,
film.
much better actors.
They were the woman who plays his wife, I didn't catch her name, is the best actor in this film. Now, not amazing. You'll never see
You're
a
crazy.
Scorsese film,
You're
but
crazy. She was horrible.
I think she was the best actor out of
Breen's
everybody.
wife, yeah.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong.
Who do you think?
I think Neil Breen was the best actor.
God.
He was,
But I'm
he
biased.
he was a Neil Breen actor.
Yeah.
He's always
Here's what confuses
the
me.
same role, though.
How is this man directing these actors? Because there's whenever it's either bad editing, that creates a situation where everyone says their line either in like one breath, but like
They're
the sentence
flat
is
delivery.
it's super flat delivery, or like nobody knows their lines, so they're reading from a cue card that's been like cut in the middle of the sentence.
Having seen his other two films, I can, at least to me, whenever there's a male actor on screen, they're acting just the same way Neil Breen does. So I think his acting direction, Neil Breen's acting directions are essentially, look at what I do the exact same thing. Because they all scan across whatever field of view they have. They all deliver their lines with the same kind of tenor.
Mm-hmm.
I think...
And the same line breaks in the middle of sentences. It really is like he's a vocal coach as well.
Uh-huh.
All right, so we are looking at the
I want that
box
poster
case.
on my wall.
Oh.
And I would just like to point out, the 4 laptops you see on this case cover, they are never turned on, and half of them are missing the keys.
Well, no, he broke the keys off in this movie.
Oh, he broke the keys off.
Because he slid them off the table like...
Several times.
How are these laptops? These are some durable ass laptops. He consistently throws them to the ground, throws stuff at them, and it will spill shit on them.
The laptops in the movie are clearly like 20 years old.
Well, yeah.
They're certainly newer than the ones...
They have not worked in a decade. And
they're certainly newer than the ones from Double Down.
I don't think they are. I think they are the ones from Double Down.
No, the ones from Double Down are older.
I mean, I know he makes like $300,000
I mean, we're going to disagree
a year,
on this, but...
I suppose so. Well, it's interesting. We're actually looking at
Wait, is that the picture of her and an angel?
We're actually looking at...
one of the actresses in the film.
Yeah, the IMDb page for the
Jennifer
cast
Autry,
of this.
who was the wife to Breen
No,
before.
Oh, she was
but
the Eastern European one?
Known for Trans-American...
No, that's the one he falls in love with.
Oh, no,
it's Leah.
Leia is...
Leah.
Leah, I apologize.
And then
Emily.
Dylan.
Clara Landret.
And she's Polish.
Polish.
Just like you guys
Born
said.
in Warsaw, you know your white people.
It's the facial structure.
I don't.
We just know. You grew up around here. You can pick it out.
You can like smell it. You can like tell by those beautiful.
Also, because I
can
could tell she had one more year till she was unattractive.
Yeah.
She's probably right around 26.
Martin calls it the Bushka
Oh
bomb.
yeah.
It is the babushka bomb.
That's what he called it, yeah.
I wish he could tell us that, but we haven't seen him in a year.
I talked to him on the phone a couple days ago.
I don't.
Yeah,
think
that
he's
motherfucker called me at the wedding. You know
I
that?
don't think he's real
Why
anymore.
didn't he just show up?
Well, I don't know.
Martin is someone of one of their childhood friends or whatever who there was a wedding like 4 days ago
Could you
and he
pass
was
me the
supposed to be there and
checks,
he never
honey
came
nut
there and now
mix?
everyone hates him.
Yes.
So
Wait, hold on.
clued in.
Okay, 1, thank you, Frankie, and 2, listening audience, us, basically.
Yeah.
I am now taking the Honey Nut Chex Mix.
It's really good.
Here's the thing, I'm putting it in a bowl.
Thank you.
Now, look at that Foley work.
Oh my god!
Thank you for that.
There we go.
Wow.
And handing it over to Ray.
Thank you. It's a sweet and salty taste.
Just like my semen.
All right, so
You can ejaculate in this, right?
She made her
I
own
feel
bio.
I don't want to.
She wrote her own bio.
Okay, so this woman Jennifer Autry, Autry, look her up. It's fantastic.
no,
has-
Clara Landret. That's the
Flora.
Polish.
This is Flora.
This is the first
my
wife.
God. Whatever.
Clara.
Clara Landrat, Landrat, wrote her own bio
Oh my god.
on
Oh.
IMDb
It looks like someone else helped her too.
with the English, but yeah, probably.
It's a mini biography. It's not just.
She's actually very traveled. Look at that.
Yeah.
She's been to places.
Hunter College, City University of New York. I don't know if that's a good school. I don't know anything about that.
She was in Zoolander.
Was she really? Oh, she
Yeah.
got my cred from me. Whoa.
How she was in Zoolander.
She was she Ben
Neil
Stiller?
Breen actually had a good cast.
For him.
He chose a good cast.
I liked his casting choices.
I didn't like the therapist male.
The therapist guy was...
The
Yeah,
male
yeah,
therapist
yeah.
was terrible.
But
Wait, hold on. Having lived in Poland, stripped almost entirely of its Jewish community, I'm assuming now she's Polish Jew, the artist went on a series of trips to revisit her homeland, rediscover her past, and to commune with her ancestors.
oh, that's how you gotta do it.
It's pretty dramatic for a B actor.
Everyone knows it's such a stereotypical Jew thing to go ahead and reconnect with your ancestors.
Oh, we're going to have to edit that part out.
No,
You-
it's,
you
too,
can't-
it's too racial. Sorry.
You can't...
Strange.
Why? I don't... What stereotypical Jew thing? I just learned something about Santosh.
Oh, That's a story. Anywho.
I've known this man for so long. Hey, don't get me wrong. I support the existence of Palestine, but I also support the existence of Israel. Unlike some people I know.
Don't.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh wait, is this?
awkward.
Oh shit, we're about to have an argument.
No,
well, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm anti. Me. I'm gonna stop because I feel like I'm not that.
Who would think the second Neil Breen podcast would be the one that gets anti-Semitic?
wait! I want to qualify this. I am not anti-Semitic. I'm just not.
You know who else said he wasn't anti-Semitic? Hitler.
Yes, that is a known fact. That is a known fact.
Hitler.
Well, I've heard online that Hitler did nothing wrong though. That's what I've been seeing everywhere.
That's what
according
Microsoft
to the
told
internet,
me.
according to a 14-year-old boy on the internet, there's no racism. So I'm gonna have to believe that kid over anyone else.
I once had someone tell me that Hitler only killed the fuckers, not like the good Jews.
Oh wow.
Oh, well.
That's very specific, yeah. I heard, I listened to this great history podcast that told me that Mao Zedong never washed his genitals.
No, he never watched.
Or his generals.
He would wash them in other women.
Yes, he would wash his genitals in his
By
women.
great history podcast, I mean I was listening to episode 2 today before I left.
Wait, he would
You
what
told me
now
that.
with other women?
Mao Zedong wouldn't wash his genitals.
Tongue. It's not Mao Zedong.
What did I just say?
You said Mao Zedong. It's Mao Zedong.
Well, you started then.
Mao Zedong never washed his pecker. He said that he washed it inside his women. So he had a stinky dick.
I'm gonna say it like that. That's just
He definitely-
foul.
That makes it less
That's
funny now that I know it's not pronounced
He
dong.
definitely
Oh.
has.
Yeah, it's not dong.
Anyway, so in
Back
this
to the
movie,
movies, yeah.
I don't think
the-
I don't think a man responsible for 20 to 30 million dead Chinese should be called dong.
Well, I also didn't think the brownest man here would be anti-Semitic.
I'm not anti-Semitic. Oh my God, I'm pro-Palestine. Is that so wrong?
Well, so am I, but I'm not some horrible Jew hater about it like some people.
He's
not a
not
Jew hater.
a
He's-
Jew hater. He just has massive issues with authority figures.
He's not a Jew hater. He just got a really bad deal on his
I feel like we should
house.
just start over.
Oh my God.
So
No, we should not
we
start
never
over.
start over. We continue. The story must go on.
Neil Breen. Neil Breen seems like he's actually learning as a filmmaker, not
Yes.
as a writer.
Not as
But
a
he seems like he's
storyteller.
learning as a filmmaker. You saw some Dutch angles in there.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I didn't drink much.
And some Dutch angles. I'm pretty sure Autry is a Dutch name.
I didn't drink much. I swear to you, it's. You saw Dutch angles in there. You saw the opening shot. So the film
Oh, that was
opens.
dolly shot?
It actually
Yeah, the
used
film-
a dolly, yeah.
The film opens with one long take down what was a storage area, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was surprisingly well done. Like that opening shot was good.
It was actually.
I like your description of the secrets being in the book.
Oh
Was
yeah.
I the one who said that?
Yeah, are we gonna shout out? Should we give a spoiler warning for
No,
people who
it's-
haven't seen?
They're all
No.
spoilers. And
Yeah,
everything
so-
we talk about.
Right,
from
so
Neil
do we
Breen's
want to
spoiler.
talk about like plot structure at all, or do we want
Yes.
to talk about like,
Well, I think
what we thought? the
Oh,
shit
it's
was?
really important to talk about plot structure because, and this is why, in my opinion, it's the weakest of his films. All over the place. The editing is an absolute mess.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
The individual scenes are better than the individual scenes in his previous films, but the way the whole thing is constructed is it's like putting together a house. You can make a decent house with decent materials, or you can take the best fucking materials in the world but totally fuck up putting them together.
It's like he put up a door first and then built a wall around it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah, that's
he had
the way
good
to put it.
materials, but he didn't do the right thing with them.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, remember where his wife his wife committed suicide,
Mm-hmm.
but like when his wife committed suicide and
She
the
OD'd
scene-
on pills. Oh.
Everybody did.
yeah, but I mean,
Not
like
everyone.
the
Some
first
people.
the intro scene, it was like
like
really
9
cliche. We all
suicides.
laughed,
Mhm.
but it was done. Like, could have left it, would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Cue back. The wine glass is at a different angle against the bed. She's talking again. She hasn't died. It was really poorly
Yeah,
put together.
it weirdly felt like
Don't forget the different suits.
toward the middle of the movie, it felt like there were just individual short scenes that were out of order.
Yeah.
Like there's about a 10-minute sequence where everything feels like somebody edited it in wrong.
Yes.
There's the point where he's talking to his male psychologist,
Yeah.
and he's the master psychologist is making a point, and they cut out to the front of the office and the sign for the doctor again, and then they cut right back into the room, and he's wearing a different suit, and it seems like they're having the same conversation. Neil Breen's wearing
I
a different
think the emphasis was supposed to be it's a different day.
I know
that's what he was trying to do.
but
They should have cut the audio then.
But this is the same man who keeps the blinds closed on his windows in his house, so he can tell you it's any time. But there's always fucking sun out.
Yes.
It's getting late.
It's getting
Honey,
late.
it's getting late. Let's go to bed. I can't. I have to stay up late. And the sun is
I have
beating
so
through the
much-
blinds while he's saying these lines. It's just...
I just don't understand.
Okay.
What's the point? Okay, so if every film of this.
What's the point? And podcast.
Like, I just. You know, if you're an artist and you want to express an idea politically or not, I feel like it's clearly there, right? The secrets he's hacking into the government and
He's trying, yeah.
corporate secrets. Once again, this is like almost verbatim line.
Nope.
He
And the
wants,
hypocrisy.
Yeah.
We're watching a very lovingly made GIF.
I say
Although-
GIF.
Yeah, but here's the thing. People have been saying GIF for so long. Fuck it. So,
But it's graphic, isn't it graphic interface?
Yeah.
Yeah, but even the creator says GIF.
Interactive.
So, anyway,
Interactive or GIF?
I don't know, but...
let's all agree to disagree.
this
that I'm
this animated picture
right. There you go.
is
talkie?
One of them talkies.
has Neil Breen. It's a short little 2 or 3 second snippet out of the film with Neil Breen's character saying, "I've hacked into just about all the information I need."
He didn't even catch we're cheating. This is like
It's so
government
great.
shit.
Yeah, this is... Can we talk about the fact that he's supposedly in the story he wrote a book and he published it through this company that keeps hounding him about finishing the next book.
Yes!
And
And he's like, y'all can go to hell. And it's like, but you signed.
What's the
with
line
them.
again? What's that line again?
It's something
the
about.
retainer?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like he's on the phone and he's going, "Oh, deadlines! You keep hounding me about deadlines. I never even signed a contract." Wait a minute, if you didn't sign a contract, how are they calling you about deadlines? And he says, "You didn't even give me a retainer. I never even asked for one."
Well, you don't get a retainer unless you sign a contract.
And if you don't get one if you don't ask for one.
You definitely don't get deadlines if you're not signed with somebody.
Yes.
People just like yell at you, "Hey, you have a deadline. I don't owe you anything."
Yeah, I don't work here. And there's legitimately about 4 or 5 scenes that he gets a call from them. The phone never rings, but he gets a call from them.
Oh yeah, it's
Well,
the same thing in Double
I
Down.
like the opening when
Yeah.
he had the phone sound when he was talking to his wife.
Yeah.
When he
Oh,
called
yeah.
in.
But
And
you
she's
couldn't hear
talking-
him, right?
Well, he was missing the other half of the conversation.
Yeah.
But I like how he had the conversation with her, and then the scene with her in the kitchen, you could tell she's talking to her phone and she's in that scene. But when it cuts to him,
He's just
it sounds
standing
like she's in the phone talking to him and we're listening in.
Yeah,
I
like,
really like that he did that.
like it's from, maybe not from an editing standpoint, but from cinematography standpoint, he's gotten better. Look at that car hit scene when he gets
That car
hit.
hit was awesome!
That
was a
was
good
well
car.
done.
That was-
That
that
looked
wa-
genuinely like a guy getting hit by a car. He didn't fly over the top of the car at all.
Oh my
He
God,
just got hit
fucked
and his
up.
body reacted about right.
I like how the Cruella de Vil pop out. She opens the door,
Oh yeah.
waits
Another-
a couple
All these
seconds,
fucking red herrings.
and then walks slowly to his dying body in front of her Rolls Royce.
And then shimmers away.
yeah.
And yet, here's the thing: the woman,
She didn't shimmer away.
Who's shimmered?
No, she didn't shimmer.
Nobody shimmers
woman,
until later.
the woman who was in the I think she was actually in the back of the car that
Yeah.
hit him.
So she was being driven.
You could see from her chest, and I know this sounds a little sexist,
It's
but
not.
it's
Fine.
really not sexist. I have a female here confirming that.
You can tell every woman by her boobs.
Precisely. You can tell from that it's the same woman who plays Drunken Jim's wife, Jim being the friend of Neil Breen's character, Dylan.
Victoria.
Victoria. You can tell that it's played by the same person who played Victoria. Victoria Vivir.
Yeah, she didn't even change her first name for the movie.
Yeah. And
Would you have used a different name?
And it's the same actress playing what are clearly 2 different parts because this film would make even less sense if they were the same character.
Oh god.
Yeah.
No, I think he knew that.
Also, she's in porn.
Oh God.
Wait, what?
yes.
We know that?
We know that for a fact.
I believe so.
This is.
I don't know if it would be on her IMDb, dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can see that face in porn.
Well, I mean, it doesn't mean she isn't porn.
I don't think
No, that could just
Looking
be
at-
a.
That's that's the kind of porn I like.
Yeah, that is right up my alley.
I think that's the kind of porn we all.
Moral
Yeah.
discord? Oh yeah, well.
Look, can we? Look, I like
Yeah.
you guys. I've been to a strip club with a bunch of you guys.
Not me though. I wasn't invited.
no,
It's a
maybe
bachelor
next
party.
time.
We've all sort of, yeah.
Next time.
We've all been battle.
But I don't want. I'm really sick of having erections around you guys. I'm really sick of this.
Sorry,
Let's,
it's the pants I bought.
let's not look
We
up
would
porn
just like
first.
to take a moment to discuss this actress. There is a picture of her against a green screen. She's off the mark.
She's like,
No,
She
she's
has-
on the mark. She's on the mark.
no, she's behind it.
Well, I'm sure that's for the mark. I'm sure they told her.
They
hey,
could have
be behind
backed
the
her up
mark.
though. They might have screwed up the mark.
Okay.
I don't.
I don't know. It doesn't give me hope.
She's framed wrong no matter
Well,
what.
she's framed here. Look, she's not framed properly. Whatever. I'm not gonna get into that.
The point is, she can't stand on an X.
But
so
she is attractive.
She's very attractive.
She wasn't worse than anybody else in this film, acting wise. Really,
The worst actress for me was the questionably teenage
Allie?
daughter.
yeah,
Allie.
yeah. Her
Remember, like the scene where he's shaking her and she's like trying not to laugh.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, when he's you shot my dad. You shot my dad. It's like the weakest struggling I've ever seen. It was terrible.
And this
like,
and this is a
shot
man
him.
who killed his ex-wife. So he knows all about when it comes to struggling.
Real.
Okay, allegedly.
Let's touch on
Allegedly.
let's touch on the call 911 repeating.
Oh my God! Nobody
Oh,
calls 911 on their own behalf. They have to have another character call 911.
And even then, it doesn't really truly happen.
Yeah.
We never see them.
For all-
We never see them call 911. They're always talking to another character about the incident.
Yes.
How someone should call 911 and like nobody.
It's just so.
It's the bystander effect, except there's only one person in the room you're telling it to.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I like how Leah
This
was
makes me weak as a
engaged to a guy. We think his name is Tim.
Tim,
I have
yeah.
to go back through, but
Jim.
she clearly says Jim on the lake.
Right.
With a J.
That's what I heard too. But again,
And Jim was the husband to Victoria.
Right.
Exactly.
What about the garbage?
God.
What were the garbage bag room? So like.
no, that was Neil Breen inside the black cube magic
Yes.
rock.
But it was made of garbage bags. I will grant.
It was
both
garbage
of them.
bags.
So,
Oh,
but
wow.
like,
They were like
that's
magic
where he got his
garbage bags.
powers from. That's where his spirits is. Like, what the fuck?
I don't even know
It's
still if
just-
he had
all right,
powers.
This is my thought on it. It's a soul split kind of situation where
Yes.
when he picked up the rock, he became imbued with another spirit.
It was for drugs.
And it's like when he had that spirit with him, now that spirit took on his physical appearance and stuff,
Okay.
and he shared his spiritual, ability to
Phase through walls.
phase through things. But Neil Breen gave him his appearance, so they kind of they shared that, and Leah got a little bit of it because she touched the rock when he first picked it up,
Right.
and so that's where their fate is bound because of that rock.
That I think
I
think
kind
they're
of like that. Yeah.
But this wouldn't be a conversation if they had fucking explained that in the film.
But
So-
yes,
I like how Breen lets you kind of take away what you want.
There's
Would
a
you-
lot of it is open interpretation. Sorry.
would I was gonna say, Jason,
until-
given how you phrase that, would you say that Neil Breen is our generation's Stanley Kubrick?
I don't know who Stanley Kubrick is, so I can't
I
like.
know.
they-
You know what?
No, he's not Stanley fucking Kubrick.
No, I think he has more in common with Alfred Hitchcock because Alfred Hitchcock did appear in his films quite frequently.
Oh, that's a good point too.
So I would say he's our generation's Alfred Hitchcock.
Okay, that's a good point too. I just want to say, I think when I was watching this film, I got the distinct impression that there was clearly some inspiration from the Star Trek, the original series episode, The Enemy Within.
I need you to move your chair up an inch,
An inch?
like a half an inch maybe.
Even though you're
You
the
don't
one who
really-
told me to put it all the way
That's
back?
That's
This
good.
is going to be
Okay,
on there.
Squeaking and
chewing.
driving me nuts.
Okay.
And right my way.
Well, if it's driving your nuts, then it's going to be driving the audience nuts, which means I'm going to put the chair right back where it was. Probably all the eating we're doing is driving everybody nuts, too. Here's the deal. Okay, back to Star Trek. So, Star Trek The Original Series, episode, I think it was the 7th episode of the first season, The Enemy Within. Captain Kirk is transported back up from the surface of a planet, but there's a horrible accident. It splits him into 2 separate people, a good side and a bad side. And when Neil Breen was being Neil Breen and also Black Shoes, Fady Neil Breen.
Well, now we know that was Neil Breen.
Yeah, I thought, okay, it's just like that episode of Star Trek. Somehow, the accident split Neil Breen into 2 separate people, just like Captain Kirk was split into 2 separate people.
But he has magical powers.
He does have magical
Both
powers.
of them do.
Both of them do. That didn't happen in Star Trek. Not until Star Trek V,
What
The Final Frontier, when Captain Kirk asked God what he needed with the starship.
What I had trouble trying to figure out how it tied in was the Black Shoes walking through the house.
Wait, what?
What?
What did you say about Star Trek and God? What?
Haven't you ever seen Star Trek V?
I don't have time for this.
Star
What
Trek-
are you saying?
Well, the Black Shoes walking through the house, when he phased through the door and then he starts
Yeah.
walking through the house, he goes into the office and starts looking for something.
What's he looking for?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Maybe he was looking for the rock.
Maybe he was looking for the rock, or he's looking for the book.
Oh, which once again isn't actually. The book never shows up in the actual real world that we see. See, it's only in that storage closet place.
But then again, if
No,
it's
it
magic,
shows up in the field.
But then
Yes.
it fades away and disappears, so maybe it wasn't even really
It
there.
was the scene
Well,
you
no, but
missed.
he also has
but-
magic rock powers, so maybe it's something he just keeps in the magic rock or something. Because that would also explain it in this weird nonsensical universe. Do you know what I mean?
Like the space that we see him, the black space we see him in, is
Kind of like
inside the rock, and he can move in and out of the rock and put different things and people inside the rock.
Maybe.
Maybe.
No, because Leah's in there, remember?
Leah is in there.
She's in
That's
there
how-
sometimes.
Planescape?
I think,
yes.
like I was saying, that's why I think it's a spiritual kind of in the rock.
It's like
Do you see what Neil Breen turns you into? This is how you feel the rest of the day.
I don't.
You're trying to figure out spiritual rocks, and it's hard.
Don't
Don't think too hard about it.
don't think too hard.
Honestly, no.
Just
I
kind of
can't
be
not
loose.
think too hard. I mean,
Go with a
it's,
loose
it's
interpretation.
frustrating. It's so frustrating to watch this kind of film.
You need to watch
because
Double Down.
because they don't
Yeah.
give you enough to really do anything with it.
And
And
yet
then when
somehow there's too much in the movie.
Exactly, and you're just like, what?
No, that's a good point, because the
Wow.
stuff he
There's-
does...
no, but he does close the loops though. Like
But the loops aren't really closed. They're just like
no, because
Why-
here's the thing.
I was
Everything's
concerned
open.
halfway through
That
that
would-
Victoria, when she killed Jim
Mhm.
and Dylan, which is Neil,
yeah.
found out about it, and then
You just tell us
Allie never I thought they never would go any further with that. I thought he would just end it right there. He touches back, and Allie tells Dylan about it.
But then nothing happens after that.
Well, the cops were already investigating Victoria.
Yeah, that was an open one, so that at least
But
makes sense. You
It
could
pushed it
assume-
into it. There was an investigation going into it. It's not just
Yeah, they
a
did.
clear-cut
I mean,
suicide.
it was really lazily, offhandedly mentioned, but they're at least acknowledged that hey, now the police are looking into it.
Yeah,
So
like,
yeah,
it's
they
not-
don't answer it
We can talk
completely,
about-
but now you can.
It completed that loop though. Like there's,
Yeah, now
it's-
you can think that
It's going
she
somewhere.
could get caught. She might pay for that.
And they have a witness.
We'll have to wait for Fateful Findings 2.
I did
That
like.
is true, because I would just...
I will
The
wait.
ending.
Oh, so much
The
joy.
ending was so weird, because at that point, you're so ready for them to start wrapping things up, and they kind of do, but they really don't. And then they just hold hands, and they leave off into this magic foresty thing, and it's really
Yeah.
upsetting. It's upsetting. I'm just like, who the fuck do you think you are to just straight up Adam and Eve yourselves when
That-
you have not earned this?
That should be the tagline of the film. It's upsetting.
But ultimately, I would never watch another Neil Breen film again.
But you're going to.
no,
You
Yes.
really need to.
no, I don't.
Yes,
I,
you do.
I wait with bated breath. I cannot wait to see another Neil Breen film.
Pass Through is going to be coming out this year. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to love it.
Well, because it's weird. He was very selective on what he picked that he wanted to expand on, and a lot of it. There were a lot of scenes that could have been cut completely out that felt like filler. There's one point where they're about to have the barbecue,
Yeah,
and he's standing in the kitchen by the sink at the same angle,
yeah.
which I think they shot it all once the camera was facing the sink just right. And he said, "All right, let's do every scene here."
Yeah.
And they went and filmed it, and she says, "We should have a barbecue." He says, "Yeah, let's have a barbecue with all our friends." And then she gets on the phone and says, "Do you want to come to the barbecue?" Cut scene completely. Next shot is they're at the barbecue immediately. That setup didn't seem necessary. You could have not really done that.
Well, before, remember that, what was it? What's her name? It was Leah?
Yeah.
Leah's the girl,
Leah was
the childhood
invited.
friend.
Yeah. Their
But-
fiance.
The fact that Emily, which is his wife,
Yeah.
has been inviting her girlfriend Victoria over is established. But this time we want Dylan's actually inviting people. Like he's feeling more social kind of thing.
Well, did Dylan invite her, or were they
Dylan-
friends with Tim?
Well, Dylan initiated the barbecue. You know, he said, let's have a barbecue.
Wait.
Yes.
I got a question.
But-
so let's say.
Okay, I can kind of see that.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Is Dylan's character one with the magic rock for a while, and
Yeah.
then it's everything's
They're
fucked up.
tied. He's tied into the rock
Right,
as soon as he
but then
touches
everything,
it.
but then everything screws up when he gets hit by that Rolls Royce, and that's why we get this issue with like he's getting all these headaches and
Maybe it screwed the connection up.
yeah, and so the connection is screwed up, and so in order to reconnect it, Leah has to show up,
To bring it back
It's-
together.
bring it all back together, and she's also part of the connection, right?
The accident is what splits them apart, exactly like Star Trek, the original series
'Cause they were
episode,
bound.
The Enemy Within.
Jesus fuck.
Well, they did put the rock back. They went back and put the rock back.
But it somehow came back
But
into
came
his
back
hand.
to it.
That's true.
I feel like we're putting way more thought into this film than he did into writing it.
But the fucking weird part is in Neil Breen's head. I'm confident all of this makes sense, and there's a
Well,
clear cut
clearly.
way that
He's like,
that
well,
he
this
was
is
trying to
yeah,
present it.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But and that is one of the things you said. This I think.
Okay, that would be me, TC, who has all of the Neil Breen insights.
It was either TC or it was Bull. The thing I like about Neil Breen is all his films seem to be up for interpretation. Like there's a semi-logical kind of explanation to everything that happened, and then there's also he doesn't want to tell you that's what happened.
I also want to touch on
just like Stanley Cooper.
the scenes are reused scenes from the previous films, and we come to know that this is his house.
Well, the sets, not
The
sets.
sets.
The
The
sets.
sets.
areas.
Sorry,
Sets
the
areas.
sets areas. Like the pool,
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh, the pool was definitely
which is
featured.
for the barbecue,
Yes.
or the dining room,
Yes.
Or what is probably his work office, which doubles as his hospital.
Yes.
Actually, I think his house was the hospital because the carpet was the same carpet they used to shoot
Yes.
the scene with the
Yeah,
guy
true,
walking with
true,
the
yeah,
boot,
yeah.
the shoes.
And it was terrible fucking carpet.
It
It's
was.
the same carpet, so
It was
we know that
disgusting
he
commercial
used
grade.
his house as a room in the hospital,
Mhm.
kind of thing. And then we had the building from which one movie was that?
Double Down.
Double Down.
It was Double
Yes.
Down
Yes, the first one.
with all the.
I like how we speak about it like it's the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yes.
What happened in Fellowship?
Well, it's just like he's reusing the scenes, but it's not blatantly shown as the same scene with the same. You know,
Like from a different angle.
yeah.
I think, well, this is what I said while we were watching this. This is clearly all set up to be part of a cinematic universe.
Which is good.
I mean, it's better than the DC cinematic universe.
And I like
It just started, right?
I like it better that he
Both-
didn't go out into the Nevada landscape as much,
Oh yeah, that was nice to not.
and he had a forest in this one, which is kind of different.
Yeah, yes, there were living trees and everything in this one.
Yeah, I think Francesca really enjoyed the mushroom scene.
Oh my god, it was fantastic. So like the first scene, right? They frame it with, you can't see this, but it's awesome. Where it's just like one hand's down, the other hand's showing. It's like a used car commercial, but with a
Yeah.
mushroom. Yeah, right.
I see that now. Yeah, where he
He's
just keeps shaking.
as a child.
And the thumb
Yeah.
is twitching, like it's not even this still. Like it's just like hold still for a good minute. It's like
Young
And-
Dylan
Yeah.
Young Dylan
and Leah
And
find the mushroom, which phases into the treasure box with the stone.
with the stone and conveniently a bunch of little colored rocks, because those are not gemstones. Those are just
Yeah.
little colored rocks
I don't understand.
that
But
she
they weren't
uses.
even outrageous.
That she precisely,
She uses to make bracelets.
the box
truly,
is-
truly.
the box, though, when he's about to leave the box empty, she says,
Don't leave it empty.
"Don't leave it empty. It's bad luck."
I've
And
never
then-
heard of this.
And then she puts those, shiny rocks into the box,
she put some of them back in.
and then she takes some for herself to make a bracelet for later, and then she writes in a notebook, "It's a magical day."
But in handwriting that's way too grown up.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
neat.
And that was weird. That
But
book.
my best line for that one was when Dylan responds with, "I'm not afraid."
Yeah, he does it with this cocky
Oh my God.
9-year-old look.
Remember the goodbye, like, hand-to-hand
Oh,
moment?
yes.
Oh, yeah.
For, like, 30 seconds. And they make, as we said before, like, someone else was, like, making waving unnatural.
Yeah, both of them. There's
Ray, yeah, you were like, how did he make hand waving unnatural?
there's weird points in this movie where people are speaking and they take dramatic pauses, and normally where you do maybe a shot over shot, and you kind of you switch it visually so it doesn't get boring to the human eye. There's one point where he's talking to his wife and he's confessing that he's doing all this hacking. Actually, it might not have been her. It might have been Leia, but
he
tells
told
the
both
first
of
one.
them.
yes. There's a point where he takes about a 10-second pause where he just kind of looks around. There's nothing happening. He just takes a pause.
Oh my
But
God,
I
where
think-
he
switch the
with
camera.
the shifting eyes. He's trying to shift his eyes to
I
make it
think-
look like he's
yeah.
thinking.
The shifting is because he senses the spirit of either Leia or the other spirit from the stone.
No, I
Like
think it's
he's-
bad acting.
Like
I think
he's
it's
talking-
horrible acting. Yeah. No. I agree. I agree with your eye shift. I don't disagree with your eye shift reasoning, but the way it's done is so
Oh, yeah.
painfully deliberate.
It may be like he did it on purpose, but maybe
Oh, he
that's
did.
You're
why
right.
he did it on purpose.
He's like a 5-year-old trying to lie. Like, it's just sad.
I just want to stress in the middle of this, I do love Neil Breen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if he wants to put us in his film, I'll fly out and personally quit my job.
I
I will
also
not.
love
I
Ritz
will
Bits,
not.
which I'm
I
eating
hate my
right now.
job.
If I met Neil Breen in
Aw.
public,
You should make better
I would say,
choices.
"You've taken 2 hours of my life, you son of a bitch."
I don't know where you got the extra 20 minutes. You only took an hour.
Yeah,
and
it's an
41.
hour 40.
Felt like 2 hours.
That's just you whining.
You even left
Yeah.
for some of that.
I know. Even that wasn't long enough.
That was amazing. Too. You left
No,
for
this
like
was
3
genuinely
minutes, and
amazing.
you come back and just like you literally missed nothing. You're fine.
He
with
missed a
us.
couple things, but
He's not really.
You missed the implication that the old lady therapist wasn't actually real.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what I got out of that because she
She did
disappeared.
phase out.
She
That
fa-
makes
wait.
sense.
that you're meeting alone in a closet space to like talk to yourself and think.
On
and-
fold-out chairs.
I think that was in his own
It
his
could've
own
been.
head.
And here's the thing: while
So he like totally Fight Club that.
maybe he did,
Maybe.
one, spoilers. Two, because the old man psychiatrist
It's
who is
been 20-something years.
old man, shut the fuck up. Hey, old man psychiatrist, spoilers. Old man psychiatrist is trying to push pills on him,
17.
and he finds out about him hacking, and he's telling him all the things he doesn't want
Well-
to hear. But then he's talking to the old lady psychiatrist who's telling him, "You have such a beautiful soul. You're so wonderful. It was meant. This gift was meant for you." So she is a creation of his
Emily
mind.
is actually being a decent wife, though, talking to the therapist, but she's doing it for the wrong reasons. Because she just wants more pills.
She wants more pills, but at the same time, I think you're right on that. Because if your wife sat you down and said, "Honey,
Get your shit
yeah.
together.
I'm thinking the just like put Jason into Emily's position. Your spouse sits you down and says, "I'm not actually working. I'm really stealing government secrets, and I'm going to expose them to the world." You would quite rationally think, "Bitch is crazy. I gotta call a doctor. I gotta call the doctor and tell him this."
The meds.
Yeah.
And I like how the doctor approached it and said, "Your research." He didn't, like, specifically out her.
Yeah.
You know what? I weirdly like.
How did you know what research? Because he's, like, questioning, like, wait.
Flashback. He's not writing a book. He's research.
It's
That's apparently what she sounds like with the slightly Polish accent.
for this. For all the subplots they did, I actually really liked the one with the wife and the growing pill addiction. I
That
actually
was
thought
good.
that was surprisingly
Now, this is what
fleshed out.
It hit a little close to home for you, didn't it?
my
I think
favorite.
Well,
it's a little close
allegedly.
to home for him.
My
Yes.
favorite scene from the entire
Allegedly.
film is when Dylan flushes his pills down the toilet, but he just pours the bottle into the toilet and walks away, knowing his wife has a pill addiction.
Well, I don't think he knows it yet.
He didn't know
Yeah,
yet.
No, he says recurring thing.
Yeah, that's right.
He does say
No.
it's a recurring thing, and he doesn't like her like this. This is not something new for her.
This is when he tossed his pills. He didn't know yet.
He knew already.
So he like left
This
her
is
for
the first
her.
time.
The scene
right?
afterwards, he's talking about how this isn't the first time, and she says, "Well, you know I have this problem."
Ooh, maybe you're right. I think I might have missed
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah.
No,
But regardless, that doesn't change what he
the scene is with
This scene's amazing.
Yeah.
She sticks her hand into the toilet bowl.
Emily takes her hand, looks around, makes sure that Dylan's not watching, shoves her hand into the bowl for a good second trying to grab the pills. She didn't just fake it too. She went into the bowl.
I mean,
and we
that's
see
the
scene.
clean
That is
water,
some
though.
passive aggressive couple shit right there.
Yeah, that really is.
That is hardcore. I would do that to you without shame.
Steal my pills?
No.
Are you
Like
doing
it-
your government research, Santos?
Yeah.
How many
into all the government and corporation secrets?
No, not
how
that,
many
but I mean,
satellite
like,
dishes do you have hooked up to your car right now?
4, I put them there.
Okay.
But
That's
Not-
twice
Did
as many
you-
as you need.
Did you just hang them off the edge and then lightly tighten them with the crescent wrench against no bolts?
he never pays attention anyway.
He just rubbed it like it was a 1990s video game.
There was
They
no
couldn't
bolt there.
animate anything.
You put the crescent wrench against a piece of metal and then like imagine there's a bolt there. That's
It's
what
like watching Deus
But
Ex.
no, I mean,
Shame.
I can imagine like your partner has an addiction and you're so tired of it. But I mean, what are you gonna do? You're not really ready to leave them over it, so you're just kind of there.
No, you just let her kill herself.
Yeah, would
Yeah.
you enable her enough to let her kill herself?
No, actually, he
So
went
you
to
can
go
hook up with your
cheat.
new
He
hot
went to
new
go
towel.
He
cheat
went to
on
go
her.
cheat on her,
He
not
wa-
to let her kill herself.
And
He
then
was-
she killed herself.
He was cheating on her at the exact same
with his
time
soulmate, by the way, so it's okay.
with his soulmate.
It's not okay.
Yeah, now that I think about it, I thought that was weirdly romantic, and then I realized, oh, he's cheating on his wife who has a pill addiction.
And
Who was
his-
killing herself at this moment?
Yeah.
And like afterwards, I was like, oh, now they can be together. So I
Although
guess
I do like how they didn't use
guess
the
I'm
wine,
not-
which would have made more sense because they don't want to stay in the sheets because that's his real bed.
Oh yeah, they didn't
Oh, yeah.
use wine. They
Yeah,
just
yeah,
had
yeah.
it filled,
Oh, yeah,
the
that
cup
was-
filled with water.
I mean, right?
Even though it was a wine glass.
I'm drinking very
Okay,
white
now
wine.
here's a tie-in. I think that Victoria and Emily are friends from a long time ago, and that's where the friendship is based on, because they both do pills, and Emily was sharing pills with Victoria, and Jim was upset about that on the bed. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
So I think they both have a pill addiction, and
they
they've
both-
both been working through this for a while.
This is exactly why, Jason, every episode ends up with you explaining us what happened in this Neil Breen film.
So I think that tie-in is pretty
'Cause
nicely
I
done.
missed that.
So
I caught that. I didn't get the impression that it was like a long-term relationship, but there was
No,
certainly
because every time they talked on the phone, it was a good chemistry kind of thing. Because if you do any of the other scenes with him, the characters talking, it's like flat.
You know what? Yeah, and the other guy does seem like he was less Neil Breen's friend and more the boyfriend
wife,
of
husband
or
of the-
husband
Yeah.
of
Because remember
Neil Breen's wife,
stepdaughter?
yeah,
Emily's.
oh yeah.
Because it's Jim's daughter.
yeah,
It's not Victoria's daughter.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And they had this weird, like, Fast Times at Ridgemont High scene that was so totally poorly done. It was ridiculous. There's nothing erotic about it. I know, I'm falling apart verbally today.
It's okay.
It's the alcohol.
Well, I think that they did have sex after the barbecue, though. I really think they did. Because no other scenes was she naked with
Jim and his wife.
Yeah, Jim and Victoria. Sorry. And he complains a lot that he's not getting any from his wife.
Yeah, but
And
then
spending all his time with his car.
then they do have sex, and we get some really great side boob, which I appreciate. Thank you,
was
thank you,
great.
Breezes.
And Jim was trying to make a connection with Victoria, though, at that time.
Yeah,
And
Jim was actually a pretty good guy. I mean, yeah, he was an alcoholic.
But
But
she
he
was
was
a
like-
pill popper, so
But
Yes.
he was like trying to connect with his wife or
he
reconnect with
he
her.
was trying to build that.
And he,
Yeah.
But I think the thing is too, they both just have their own addictions, and you know, like he just got so distraught with like how she wasn't connecting with him anymore that he just put all of his
Right.
focus into his car,
Mm-hmm.
which is she was like, "You never look at me like that anymore. Now you like fuck your car." And
Because when I try, you deny me. That's
yeah, and you know
exactly
what?
what's going
And
on.
he had a problem, and he brought it up. He brought it up a couple times. He tried to converse with her.
Remember when she came
He was
home
actually
from-
the only good person in this film.
And he said,
Well,
like,
other than Neil Breen.
And
Neil
she
Breen's
shot
always
him.
good.
she did
Oh,
shoot
yeah.
him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
The poor
when,
guy.
when she comes home from work, she's drinking wine. He's like, "You have a long day." I don't think he was trying to say it meanly. I think he was genuinely interested.
Yeah.
And she
And
gets
hearing
all
about her
pissy
day.
at him.
What was his name? We gotta
Jim?
The actor's name?
The actor, he's not on the
David Silva?
cast list, but I'll look him
Wow.
up later.
I bet it was David Silva.
But he actually was a good character who went astray because Victoria was treating him wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
If they had made their relationship, if they had both worked a little harder, no one would be dead, and maybe she'd stop taking pills.
Yeah.
American Dream.
Yeah, if you think about it, Victoria is the worst person in this. Her murder sparked almost everything.
And I don't think it's any surprise that she has the best chest.
That's right,
No,
because
she definitely does.
because
Okay.
Emily did
She's
kill
very
herself because she felt guilty about being the cause of Jim's suicide.
But in a way, then do we look at Neil Breen's character Dylan as a good character after everything that happened? Because he seemed over his wife pretty quickly because he found his soulmate again.
This is what I think.
The timing in the film was way off. There's no way to tell what time it took, how much time there was between the suicide and everything else that happened. There's no way to know. That's my opinion on it.
Okay, well, Dylan, I think, since the soul split, it's really hard to tell what kind of morality he has.
It's just like Captain Kirk in the Star Trek, the original series episode, The Enemy Within.
I'm ready to die now.
There's a good Kirk and a bad Kirk. Maybe there's a good Breen and a bad Breen. What do you think, Santosh?
I'm so angry with you guys.
Why?
You know, I've been friends with you guys for a very long time. And there are prices I've paid that I would gladly pay again. This is a price I never want to pay again. I would love to come back, but I'm not watching a Neil Breen film. I'm not doing it. I won't do it.
No, there's no negotiating here. You don't negotiate with your friends over what you are and are not going to do.
Yeah, you do. They're your
I will
friends.
say
That's
this.
exactly what you do.
I will say this because I like to feel that we are also friends, and you can't say we're not because then a relationship's in trouble.
We're friends.
Thank you.
He said that under the whip.
Smart move. That was a pro level move right there.
But my point is, it's a lot more fun if you just throw yourself into it. You just
Listen, I'm not saying that I didn't.
It's like swimming. You just gotta kick.
I'm angry
unless you're her in the
I'm
film.
angry because I'm thinking harder about the film, and I find myself as a person who cannot stop thinking hard about a film, and like when the film doesn't give you real
Anything
points,
to think about, yeah.
It's
Go
like,
ahead and
it's
write
like
to
you're-
Neil Breen.
It's like you're drowning in a sea of what the fuck.
Send him a tweet and ask him for an explanation.
It's like dating
Yeah.
in your
Give
early
Pratsky
20s for
nothing.
watching a movie.
Sure.
Exactly.
But no, I'm
like
going to
that
point
all.
out that Santosh wanted to be part of the podcast,
Yes.
and he requested it.
Yeah, this is really your own fault.
And if he did not interject himself so quickly, we would have passed this episode, and he would not have been a part of this.
What?
We would not have been talking
We're
about...
victim blaming.
Yeah.
I mean, we might. You wouldn't be involved in it, yeah.
Don't slut shame. He looks great in that skirt.
But no,
Alright. But ultimately, do you guys ever suggest to see these films, or that's not really the point?
Oh no, you have
Yeah,
to see. The movies.
we recommend every single Neil Breen film because it's its own experience. Think about it. I want you to think about every film you've seen. Has there ever been one that's so damn ambiguous?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of it's this Shane Carruth film. It's called Memory of Sound or some horse shit like that. It's like
some horse shit.
or shit like that.
We can see his favorite genre of films.
It's called.
Looking it up.
Yeah. Well, let me.
I would also suggest not seeing this movie before contacting
Upstream
your
Color.
neighborhood weed dealer.
Oh, see, I haven't seen Upstream Color.
Upstream Color is similar to this movie in that they both upset me. And I felt like there wasn't a lot given to you, and you kind of you think you might know something, but you don't really know something.
We can sponsor it on Indiegogo.
We can sponsor Pass Through.
Yes, click on it.
Are you
Well, it's
kidding?
already done though.
It's
That's
probably
the thing.
cool. Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
It's a
Wow, it raised $3,000.
All right. I would have donated at least the $30.
This campaign ended last year in May.
Oh man, that sucks. But we didn't really know about him until
Now,
last
That's
month.
amazing. He's only trying to raise $7,500. I'm sure it's a supplement when he didn't spend.
Yeah.
The reason
Yeah.
why I think we appreciate, or at least why I appreciate Neil Breen the most, is because at the end of the day, he's still doing. I'm sure he's still doing.
These
his
are all
regular
passion
job.
projects, yeah.
Yeah, these are passion projects that he individually funds. These are scripts he individually writes, and everything because he does the editing, because he does the writing, and the directing and the acting
and the catering.
and the catering.
Yes, he does the
The
catering.
man puts out a hell of a craft single, but because of all that, these are at the end of the day exactly. You don't have anything that's going through a studio and getting cut and then butchering it. What you're seeing is exactly what Neil Breen set out to give you. And I appreciate that because the man is obviously passionate to keep doing movies, and that he's probably breaking even on if he's lucky.
If he's lucky.
He's pumping his own money into this, I believe.
So if I'm interpreting
This
you
is truly
correctly,
artistic control.
if I'm interpreting you correctly, what you're saying is Neil Breen should have been picked to direct Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice.
It might have broken
couldn't
even
have done
then,
worse, yeah.
God damn, that film was. You know what? Here, I didn't hate Batman vs Superman. I'll say that right now.
Did you enjoy it?
I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it.
Did you enjoy it? You liked it a little.
I liked the fighting, and I mean, but
Did you like Ben Affleck?
I think Ben Affleck. Honestly,
I thought that was a great.
Ben Affleck was fantastic.
I thought that was a great.
I'll
casting.
say that right now. Ben Affleck was
I'm
fantastic.
probably
picked the
not going
wrong
to watch
film?
it until it comes to like a movie disc. So.
Yeah, honestly, do wait though. I went
Until
with
Netflix.
Tom.
I
said, but like,
last
Affleck
2
was
weeks ago.
fantastic, but you think he just picked the wrong film? Because like I saw Gone Girl and I could do things to that movie. I mean, it was amazing.
Gone Girl is a fantastic film because probably it's a fantastic script at the very least. I feel like Batman vs Superman has this whole issue was just like, what the fuck?
Are we doing?
Well, he's
here?
a big Batman fan, isn't he?
Snyder?
Himself? No,
Ben
I mean
Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Like how Nicolas Cage is a huge.
Oh,
Superman
I thought he was a
fan.
big. I thought he was a bigger Daredevil fan. Like his whole thing was like when he got Daredevil, I thought he was like,
Well,
oh
he
my
might-
fucking
yeah.
god.
I think he just
I'm fucking
likes.
Daredevil.
I think he just likes comic
Superheroes?
books in general.
I mean,
Yeah.
listen.
Well, to be
if
friends
someone
with
came
Kevin
up to me,
Smith.
if someone
Yes.
came up to me and said, "Hey, you can be the next Iron Donkey," I'm
Sheik?
like, sure. Or like, hey, we're casting for this obscure comic book character.
And Ben Kingsley couldn't do
No,
it.
actually-
Fist is
And Ben
okay.
Kingsley couldn't do it. Do you want to do it?
Iron, Iron Sheik would probably be the best one considering how anti-Semitic you are.
I'm not.
I'm actually thinking of Iron Fist was the character.
Yeah, but he just got. They just cast.
They
him.
did cast him. Yeah, they cast him. They have Black Panther's going to be in Civil War.
Yeah.
I'm actually very excited about all.
What is
but-
this? I'm behind.
This isn't. Are you talking about the DC cinematic
Marvel.
Marvel?
Marvel
Oh,
Cinematic
yeah.
Universe.
They're like,
I don't care.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck comic books. All you fucking nerds out there, all you little YouTube commenters.
Who we
Look
depend
at
on to
us.
listen to this
I'm
podcast.
looking right
You
at
don't
the
care.
fucking microphone right now.
Once again, why are you doing that though? Why are you doing that?
He's
For the
staring into
conviction.
the camera.
Alright, to
That's
quote.
not here.
Because
we
if
don't
he-
have a camera.
Because if he's
There's a camera right
anti-Semitic,
there.
he doesn't back
really?
away from it. He's just there. He's just
Just throw an
anti-Semitic.
Aquaman. Just throw him in.
To
Done.
quote Mike Stacklasa, movies make me want to die.
Yes.
And that really sums this up for me, is no matter how many comic book movies they keep coming out with, and I know it's already gotten its high praises, but everything after Deadpool's going to feel like a parody. Because all of it is so fucking cookie cutter.
Oh, yeah.
Even Winter Soldier, the second Captain America movie, which I thought was very good,
I like it too.
was
Cookie cutter?
well done, but it was cookie cutter.
Was
I mean,
it vanilla
aren't they-
cookie cutter or gingerbread cookie cutter?
No, there's a little ginger on there, but at the end of the day, it's still the same cookie your neighbor had.
Well, yeah, because like
Still gives you diabetes.
There's no like. Well, he's gonna lose. They're never gonna
Because
lose.
he's got a goddamn Merca.
But Superman dies. But he's gonna come back.
Oh, he's gonna come back.
Of course he's gonna come back.
Okay.
He came back. Well, one.
He came back in the
He
90s.
came back in the comics.
Mhm.
But Zack Snyder's gonna have it so that he comes back 3 days later.
Oh,
Oh.
He's really pulling the whole Jesus.
I bet
Superman
he's
is an
pro-Israel.
apathetic
I bet
Jesus.
he's pro-Israel.
I know, unlike some people we know.
Mm-hmm.
oh my god.
I would like to get rid of Jesse Eisenberg, though, out of that film. He's the only weak link
Is it-
for me.
Really? Because I would expect Santosh to say that because Eisenberg's a Jewish name.
Oh, god damn.
And here we go down that tunnel again.
I need to reiterate.
What I am saying is we must exterminate Eisenberg. That's all I'm saying. Oh my god, Santosh, are you really going to put that out on the internet?
I'm not anti-Semitic.
It's okay. At least he doesn't want to build a wall to separate Mexico.
I don't.
I don't know that you... Oh, you haven't mentioned it before.
I'm half Mexican and he seems to be.
Yeah, he can't be racist. He intercourses a Hispanic woman.
Who's also white, so he can be.
Yeah, he's Indian though. That's the thing. So he really can't. I mean, he can, but he can't. Like a little bit of both.
Yeah, really-
I think you're talking more about me, actually.
Racism's race exclusive. That's. I think we can all agree on that. You can't be racist if you're non-white. That's the rules. That's
Them's the rules.
Then be the
when we
rules.
sat down and wrote out the rules to racism in 1922, we said, no, sir. You can't do that.
And then we updated them in 1969.
Neil Breen has a nice house. I would live in that house.
That was a nice house.
Yeah, but I wouldn't live
I
in
don't
it
know.
because I'd
Seems
have to
pretty
live with Neil
cookie cutter to
Breen.
me. It seems like another McMansion they build all the time.
Neil Breen.
I feel like if you live in Neil Breen's
Is a
house, you have
sex
to fuck
machine.
him. Like,
I like
feel
how he
that's the
reused
cost.
the storage room or the storage facility.
It's probably his storage unit.
Well, it's
Man, he
but
might own a
it's
storage unit.
property though. But he used it as the intro, and then he touches back into it again.
It's a bookend.
We have
So he's
no
playing
idea.
more with cinematography rather than actual script.
But you know what? It's at least it's improvement somewhere, because the cinematography in the last few movies was a mess.
Well, I mean, realistically, he's, as you said, these are passion projects. He's just
I was
he's
questionable.
learning as he goes, but he's also keeping them up on YouTube.
Yeah, he hasn't
So,
taken him down
He
yet.
hasn't actively removed him, which I'm sure is well within
Why-
its power
why
considering
did he
YouTube's
ask-
copyright system.
Yeah, exactly.
Why did he
So-
ask Leah to put the gag back on though?
Oh, so she,
Also, she
so
couldn't-
she wouldn't see.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, but the
No,
gag,
that's just
but
a
the gag.
blindfold. He asked her to put the blindfold and the gag back on.
I
Maybe
don't know. I
one-
like it when they put the gag back on.
I mean, I'm into it,
Oh.
but,
But I don't.
maybe to
it
keep her
doesn't-
quiet?
It doesn't. Phasing through a door.
Okay.
I
like,
bitch. I would
No,
scream and
I-
bitch about it.
I
Yeah.
go with you. I go with you on that because it's kind of like torture porn. You know, like what's the point of seeing a woman getting her skin ripped off? It's because of the sound she makes, and you don't even realize you're associating that
no.
sensuality. Well,
like,
no, but I mean, like it goes back to that. I think like that weird.
Either
Oh, she's
either one
helpless,
or the
no.
and
other.
there's like a.
Any of this is all new.
Either
to me.
one or the
I don't mean to be
other.
pushy, but do you own
Because he
multiple potato
phases through a
peelers?
locked door to save Leah,
Oh.
and it's in a dark trailer with like one beam of light, and he takes off her
Well, I got
blindfold
here.
and gag, which are two different things,
I don't
And she's
know.
still
And-
screaming.
and he says, "I'll save you,"
Continuity, just
but she
continuity.
freaked out when he approached her.
All right, I think that was the casting couch there. I think he threw her in the fucking trunk after that. That's why he gagged her.
But I mean, I think too,
You're starring in this movie.
like the woman that's helpless, they're usually blonde. Have you guys ever noticed that? There seems to be like a correlation between innocence and a blonde woman.
Missed
Like
it.
it's supposed to be sweeter or something.
I need to add a cricket sound on a soundboard
well-
Let's
here.
go. Yeah, let's go back to Israel. No.
There's if you look at male protagonists though, they more often go with a brown-haired protagonist than anything else.
Maybe
Well-
eventually, but there's usually a blonde thrown in there. And for
Well,
some
there's
reason,
only
the male
so many base hair colors if you really want to break it down.
Well, yeah, I know, but I feel
Who was
like
blonde a very important color too? Oh, what was that group?
Oh my
Santos?
God damn it. Oh, fucking hell.
ABBA. It was very important to ABBA.
ABBA.
Oh yes, of course.
ABBA is love, ABBA is life.
Praise Abba.
Praise Allah.
What?
No, it's a Key and Peele skit.
Oh, okay. Oh, is that the one where they go, "Who loves orange soda?
I don't.
He loves orange soda."
This is it. This
Not
is the
all black
racism
people look
episode.
alike. Okay. Oh my God. We're gonna have to go back to this.
I'm not saying all black people look alike. I'm saying all white people look alike.
Oh, here it goes.
Fucking
Yeah.
whiteys.
No.
Time to take the white man down a peg.
This
This is
is-
the palest
Can
one
we
out
have-
of all of us.
Yeah, I'm self-loathing.
I actually didn't know you were wearing a shirt.
Oh,
Just a little going shirtless. I'll do it yet again.
well, now we have to bleep that part out because I don't want people knowing my full real name.
Oh, shit.
We'll just say Breen again.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We can call him Birdman.
Is it because I have such an aquiline nose?
It is.
Yes, it is. It's very
No.
And the way
Romanesque.
you eat.
The way I eat.
It's the way you keep
Because-
eating all the seeds in the park.
Yeah.
Is it
Bastard.
is it because I eat 1.5 times my body weight in food every day?
There you go.
We'll leave that one alone.
Okay.
Hey, Xena, we're talking about eating. Yeah,
She knew.
I would wholeheartedly recommend this film, despite the fact that, you know what, upon further discussion, I do feel very similar. I do think this is the weakest of his films.
Yes, but it's the weakest of 3 masterpieces.
I still think you should be high as hell when you watch it.
The second time, not the first time.
No, every time. Like,
No.
I think you need to watch the other two, then watch this one to fully appreciate it.
Yes.
And the first 10 minutes sober, realize you can't do it, and just, go for
What's
the
his
goal.
new movie? Passing Through?
Pass through.
Pass Through.
Pass
Okay.
through.
Not passing through, pass through.
How much do you want to bet it involves shimmering through doors and shit again?
It might have Shimmering Through Doors. It's gonna have
Well, he says he's going to be an alien.
Victoria
He's in-
Vivarios is gonna be in it again, I
He-
imagine.
Oh, shit, really?
He's an
Yes.
Do
artificial
you have
inte-
your phone?
He's an artificial
Yeah.
intelligence
I need to, like,
from the
check this out.
future
Let's.
who inhabits
Well,
the
we
body
actually
of a
did that.
heroin
What do you
addict.
think?
That's right,
Oh
he does.
yeah, because he wants to cleanse humanity again.
Yes.
Which is weirdly,
A fantastic idea.
well, because if you remember, there were heroin addicts at the start of I Am Here, ... now.
Yes.
And that was, which is also the worst scene I've ever seen with two drug addicts. Ever. Like, it's just terrible acting. She's actually in quite a bit. Wow.
Wow, there's a lot.
But he's got, like, very specific situations he goes through. I was surprised he went with pill popping in this one. In every movie, well, Double Down didn't have a drug addict, did it?
Double Down. What was there in Double Down as far as drugs go? They had
heroin or cocaine.
Oh, you know what? There was, yeah. No.
No, that was anthrax.
No, that was
supposed to be
that was the
anthrax.
anthrax.
But then they reused that prop.
But he did
drugs.
have the drug deal though.
No, that was for anthrax. They weren't buying cocaine. It just looked like
Anthrax
it, but that was
was
anthrax
job.
that he was buying.
Well, no, because didn't he have the vial be the drug?
Why don't you pick some natural?
The vials are what he was using to mix up new types of anthrax. Because he's an excellent bioterrorist who then gets caught up in a scheme to stop himself.
Interesting.
Yeah, Double Down's still my favorite then.
Yeah.
Just that sentence alone, if I read that on the back of a box, makes me want to watch that film.
Yes.
The world's greatest bioterrorist needs to stop himself from destroying the world. It's like all right, I'm board. On board.
I really wish somehow you could combine Double Down and I Am Here ... now, because I just absolutely love that scene when you first see Neil Breen in the Jesus pose and he's wearing a white robe, and then you see he's got some shit on his arms. Are those ram sticks? And then you pan up to his chest and you see he just has an old motherboard taped to his chest.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
There is no proper way to. Oh, that's right. God,
And he wears a creepy
I
Halloween
forgot how
mask.
fucking weird that. How did you find that image of him with the?
I just did a search. Yeah, there you go. That's the image.
That's Robot Jesus. If you'll notice, he just put a motherboard on his chest under his white shirt.
He's always an
It's just
artificial
Neil Breen
intelligence or another being from a different world.
Yes,
Wow.
he's disappointed in humanity, but then
Comes
he's
back to
kind of
purge
okay with
everyone
it.
for like the
Yeah,
We got one more
politicians
chance.
and corporations and the bad people of the world.
Yeah, oh my god. Cyborg, in fact, that sums it up. Cyborg Space Jesus returns in a movie from the addled mind of a Vegas real estate guy. That sums the movie up.
He really doesn't do real estate anymore.
I think he had his license, but he was never a practicing real estate
Wasn't this
agent.
film from 2007 or?
I think I Am Here ...
2009.
now. Yeah, it was 09. Double Down was 05. Fateful Findings 2013, and now this year Pass Through.
I've never
I'll
been.
be right back.
Okay.